when you got things to do, you're at the mercy of other people, and so we move on. Right? But you're not on politician time, are you?
Nope, not on politician time. Maybe on tired of festival time.
Hey, that it might have been tiring for people, but wrap that up for us a little bit. What a successful reemergence.
Yeah, what a great weekend. Friday and Saturday was unbelievable. The new committee did an awesome job. I want to commend them. A new group took over. I kind of just shadow them. And then plus being mayor, it is a partnership festival because it is on our streets. A lot of our furniture is used and grounds. But a lot of the vendors completely sold out.
I know.
Many of them closed Saturday night before the actual quitting time. I know our police and fire, between the raffle and their food concession stands, cleared $12,000 in profit between the police and the fire. The festival turned out real well, even with the glitch of the new law on the rides. There was concern. These 7 rides were operating at 11 because it was their first one. Ohio has a 100% anti-corrosion policy, so if you have a little bit of corrosion on your fence bar, they're going to shut you down, which just doesn't make sense to me. Things like that. I think if they're non-threatening, non-mechanical, you give them 10 business days to get it corrected. Because of that, if you haven't heard, Tusky lost their amusement ride company into the Bolivar and Strawberry Festival because a lot of the amusement companies are out of state and they refuse now to come into the state. They're just canceling all their shows.
Yeah, that's going to make things tough.
But other than that, the festival did great. We thank the citizens who came, all the volunteers. Car show was awesome. The Denison Rotary, the photography contest had a bunch of participants. Again, the Denison Rotary sponsored that. All of our sponsorships, without them, we nearly have $10,000 in sponsorships that come in that underwrite it to be free. Again, you can enter some contests for free. You can also come down and listen to music, enjoy yourself, and even if you bring your own beverage, you can listen to the music.
May I say too that the village put a good face on. Things looked great, and I thought it was a very good reflection of Denison.
The street, I'm very proud of our street department. I'm proud of all our employees, but our street department, if you go into our parks, you go in our downtown, the things that we should pay attention to. I've always been a mayor who pays attention to detail. I think it matters. I think pride matters.
Yeah.
I think pride matters, and I think the town needs to set that. And then you hopefully, the rest follow. So, yes, we were well prepared. We had the monuments looking good. All the grounds were cleaned up, the gazebo area, the curb streets, the downtown. And, of course, we had the city building well decorated that we had set up for Memorial Day weekend as well. So it's fabulous job by the employees, our volunteers, the new Railroad Festival Committee group. Again, they found out being a volunteer isn't always the glorious. When you're there at 2 a.m. dumping trash cans and all the stuff is fluids running out of it, and you didn't know maybe you should have brought gloves, you begin to know the real true meaning of being a Railroad Festival volunteer.
Well, that's for sure. But I think everybody's looking forward to next year.
Yes, absolutely. And they've already booked the amusement ride company for next year, and I believe about all the vendors put their deposit. They've also secured, we didn't know, we had one passed away since the last festival, had been there for years. We couldn't figure out why we couldn't basically make contact with them. And then, we had another one that sold their trailer, and we had another one that, just recently bought a building in Dover there, is going to open a restaurant. So those slots have already been filled with a veggie, a steak sandwich, and I believe we have a pizza, brick oven pizza thing coming next year. So
very good. Hey, tell us a little bit more about what's going on. Status of the new fire building. That's exciting.
Oh, my gosh, yes. If anybody hasn't seen it, it is just absolutely beautiful. You can have a picture and a drawing, and it looks good, but the color combination, we have had nothing but rave reviews. We also are excited that we're closing into the $250,000 goal. We're getting donations are coming in simply because the building's coming up. I can just tell you a week ago we had 2 $500 checks and a $50 check that come in that wasn't requested. So we know we're probably within the $10,000 area range now of meeting our goal of $250,000. We hope to have it done by the end of June. They're running the same problem everybody else is. It's not the building so much. Our doors have been ordered basically since the beginning of the year. And again, it's those little parts, the bearing, the wheels, that are causing the problem. And it's been stated on June 9th, Wayne Doors installing them. They made a special deal with us on all the new doors. And these are the garage doors, so we're hoping they'll get in. Those are produced as a carriage look with carriage windows, and they are the a gray, like a charcoal gray. So with the red outside trimmed in black, the charcoal gray block that comes up. Once those carriage doors come in, it is really going to set that building off. It's attractive now, but I truly believe it will be extremely attractive when the doors get done.
And not only attractive, but so much more functional for everybody.
Yes. I mean, to realize, everybody, the time had come. This had been a discussion for years.
Yeah.
We were operating, just think about this. We were operating in the same two-bay garage was built in 1921 that was nowhere built for anything for the vehicles today they are. No. And as you know, then we put a carport outside to cover over some of that stuff, which was okay, but not really what needs to be. Like your brush trucks and different stuff need to be put away in the winter, and they need to be protected. That's also what makes them last longer.
Right.
The equipment's not cheap, so we're like I said, we're just really excited. As the projection date of being finished here is the end of June. Pending the doors, but that's not part of the contract that was awarded. That building part, I think, it's almost really done. They just got to finish the plumbing connection now, put on the spigots, hook up the sink, hook up the shower. All of it's been laid, been approved, state approved. All the wiring's in, all electronic monitor stuff's in. And now it's a matter of the electrician coming in and attaching everything is LED inside and out. So, we made it as efficient as possible. And the neat thing, the building is also being designed that all the doors will be remote control. You'll be able to take your phone as a volunteer fireman or a fireman, and you'll be able to open the doors when you come back from your phone. And so, those times have come. Also, when they leave, they don't have to worry about them closing. They automatically close in 30 days. So that while you're
30
out,
seconds.
or 30 seconds, 30 days, 30 seconds, so that, nobody can go in there or mess with anything, and safety reasons as well.
Quickly, other projects, or any paving or anything else going on?
We're really excited. We have $270,000 paving. I believe the ads are being run June 23rd, June 30th. We will open the bids, call a special meeting probably within around, just right after the 4th, to accept the bids. Our focus this year, the majority is alleys. And we started that last year, and people were thrilled. Most of the alleys had not been blacktop since the 80s. So a lot of them, we spent a lot of money patching. Last year, we knocked down, I believe it was 6-7 blocks of alleys. And this year, we'll be knocking down all the alleys that have not been recently paved in the Thornwood Park are paved, are getting repaved.
Okay.
So they are all getting done in that neighborhood. So that's being done. Sherman Street, which has been years, it goes past the old Denison High School up and around. It's a pretty long little stretch, but it's a narrow road. We're also finishing back at the hospital. We did part of it. That'll go all the way to our corporation line now. Also, we're doing the end of Grant Street between the 6, 7, and 800 block. It'll be plain as well as repaved. And then we're doing some alleys as well as in the north end, a few there. So generally what we do on our alleys is, what people need to understand, if you want to get the best bid, we learned this years ago and we've been sticking with it. If you put out a bid and you have all this equipment jump around from this neck of the woods to this neck of the woods to this neighborhood to this neighborhood, you pay for all that downtime. You're just burning up money for them to reload equipment, to move the people and do all that. So, our focus the last few years, if people had seen, like we did pave 2 years ago, the whole Thornwood Park, the roads. We knocked down what we could do over there financially. And, this year, like I said, most of it's over there. We are coming back a couple sections because we have to. They're main streets. Well, basically, we're doing all the alleys. So we're not skipping the park. We're finishing the alleys, as I said. And then, so that's kind of how we did it. The Sherman Street project was all in that area. When we did First Street, we did all down there in the offshoots around the hospital. So some people may don't understand, but it's a jump here, it's a jump there. You're paying people $30, $40 an hour, and you're hauling all that equipment, and they call that downtime. That's not free. That's factored into the price of the bid. So we kind of got smart about it and said, you know what? We're going to go in and we're going to do sections at a time, get the best bids we can, knock it down, get in there, and then, like I said, do the another section.
Get the work done. Very good.
Our streets overall are very good.
Yeah, they are.
Especially after we knock down the alleys this year in Thornwood Park, even our alleys are going to be basically in supreme shape. And a lot of communities can't say they got their alleys and streets in top shape. And and the other ones we do have, we've also approved $20,000 for crack filling to make sure the ones we recently done stay good. So that's going to take place in the downtown, second, third, a lot of streets. And we also have about $24,000 of storm sewer work being done by bridges we contracted in the areas where we're doing the paving. Some of those drains in the alleys, we've discovered that they need to be rebuilt. The manholes, they need to be raised. They need to be adjusted. Some we found out are plugged. We can't really figure out what areas they're plugged. So we're just taking them back to the main line and put a new pipeline in. So I know we're doing that in Sherman Street area. So we have that in the plans. We also approved our basketball courts, both of them, to be resealed and painted in the McCluskey Park. And we also approved the parking lots that adjacent now, the new fire garage, to be basically repaired from that. Plus, we had to do some other work. So they're going to repair it, cut it out, and redo all the sections, and power wash the whole thing and reseal it, and then reline the parking spots in there.
Very good. Festival may be over, but it's still a great place to live and visit. Denison.
Yep. No, we're excited. We have a new housing development been announced, 10 housing spots on the outside of town, and we are ready to break news on another major project next year that could be looking at several thousands of dollars that we have secured in funding for sidewalk replacement.
Let us know right away.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Greg DiDonato is the mayor of Denison, our guest this morning on the 830 High Beam.